Karthik sir would tell him, Talaivar, this is the scene, and then you go and do this. Then everyone's like, okay. Like Talaivar knows what to do, now let's see how he does it. Because the beauty is not what he does, the beauty is the style in which he does it. There are so many people who get lost in this rut of I will only do mass, hero, slow motion roles, which is fine, nothing against them. But I personally love how Vijay Sethupathi sir experiments with different roles. So I really like him and I really want to work with him. I'm a big fan of Ajith sir as well. I want to watch Petta, in which I'm a part of. I really want to watch Viswasam as well. It shouldn't be Petta versus Viswasam. I really believe it should be Petta and Viswasam. I love her in saris. Mullapu in the hair, Kanmashi and all that. I think she looks beautiful.
Trisha?
I think she looks good in everything, yeah. I loved her as Janu. I think she looked beautiful as Janu. He's doing that walk, you know, in the end of that trailer where he's doing this walk, no? And I'm looking at him like, wow, this is like watching a real life movie happening in front of me with Talaivar doing all of this and going down, and I'm smiling. The associates are like, oh god, they're smiling in the shot. And after the shot got over, we were all clapping. We were like, yay! So it was like...
Hi, hello, வணக்கம் Indiaglitz viewers. This is Vijay Sethupathi and இன்னைக்கு நம்ம கூட ரொம்ப ஒரு லைவ்லியான ஆக்ட்ரஸ் இருக்காங்க. இவங்க வந்து மலையாளம் மூவிஸ் செஞ்சிருக்காங்க, ஹிந்தியில பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒருத்தவங்க இப்போ பேட்ட அப்படின்னு தலைவர் படத்துல தமிழ்ல இன்ட்ரோ கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Let's welcome Malavika.
Hi, hello.
So how are you today, ma'am?
I'm good. A lot of excitement. I think you can feel it in Chennai air, no? Whenever there's a Talaivar Padam releasing, Chennai air becomes all electrified, you know. Everybody, it becomes like a festival mood for people. So this is my first-hand experience being in Chennai for a Talaivar release because I'm based out of Bombay. So very excited to experience this.
Karthik Subbaraj sir கிட்ட Petta அப்படிங்கற மூவிக்குள்ள வந்திருக்கீங்க. How did this happen?
I've always wanted to work with Karthik Subbaraj. I've seen Pizza and Jigar Thanda previously, even before I came on board for Petta. Okay. Being a Malayali, you're familiar with Tamil movies, so I always wanted to do a Tamil movie, and I was getting offers, but I was like, no, this is not the right one. This is not the right one, you know, to enter Tamil industry. Okay. But I never thought it would be with a Rajinikanth film, you know, because as an actor, it's not even a milestone. It's like a very like, you know, you've arrived when you do a Rajinikanth movie. Yeah. That's how it is even for existing actors. So I never thought I would do a Talaivar film as my first movie.
And we heard after your performance, he appreciated your performance, he clapped and all.
He did. So there was this one scene that was there, and I had a lot of dialogues in that. I had a very important scene, and I think I believe that's the first time he actually saw me act. And then he came to me and he shook hands with me and he was like, that was really, really good, and he said some really encouraging things, you know.
What kind of a scene is it? Is it basically a kind of a anger kind of a scene, or it's like a burst out moment?
It's a burst out moment. You'll see it in the film, of course. It's a burst out moment. And he was really impressed with that. And after that, you know, whenever I would do a scene nicely, he would come and tell me every time. That's the beauty of it. He would come and be like, you did it superb, yeah, you did it superb. You know, and see, nobody does that. No big actor will notice somebody else this much, you know. But not just me, he'll notice everyone. But if he likes something, he will say it. So during the course of the shoot, he must have told me at least 4-5 times. He was like, you did this, it was superb. And he'll notice small things that you do. You know, so after finishing a shot, sometimes he'll tell me, you did this thing with your hand, it was so natural, it was superb.
Even the small...
Even small things. And I'm like, oh God, like in a scene, he's acting also. And he's noticing what you are doing also. You know, like he's noticing the little details you are doing as an actor. And he's complimenting that also. Which is just so sweet and so encouraging. Like my respect level for him is just, it's on some other level only.
And we heard he always improvises the scene on spot. The scene given to him, he improvises it and he makes it more colorful. He does.
Stylish. So what Karthik sir would tell him is, Talaivar, this is the scene, this happens, and then you go and do this. Then Talaivar will then everybody's sitting and watching. Then everyone's like, okay, like Talaivar knows what to do. Now let's see how he does it. Because the beauty is not what he does. The beauty is not how he's going to kill someone, or how he's going to catch the villain, or how he's going to anything, you know. The beauty is like the style in which he does it. So then we would sit and watch. Okay, now let's see how he does this scene. So,
is there any particular instance where it got registered so close that you cannot forget it? So it's like any particular.
So after this whole burst out sequence that happens, so there's a sequence where he is going to he's doing that walk in the trailer. You know, in the end of that trailer where he's doing this walk, no? So me and Sasikumar sir and Trisha, like we were all standing, and I was standing next to Sasikumar sir. And the moment Talaivar, like, you know, like started walking, got up and started walking in his typical style. And I'm looking at him, and the mood is serious, but I'm looking at him and I'm just smiling. I'm like, wow, this is like watching a real life movie happening in front of me with Talaivar doing all of this and going down. And I'm smiling, and looking at me, Sasikumar sir also smiled. And then the associates are like, oh God, they're smiling in the shot. You guys shouldn't be smiling. You know? And after the shot got over, we were all clapping. We were like, yay! So it was like everyone on set, no? The energy was like everyone. The moment Rajini sir starts doing something, everyone's like they're watching a movie. Like that's how it becomes, you know. On other sets, it's like, okay, e-shot finished, then next e-shot. But the moment Talaivar starts acting, we're all like, okay, it's a movie that's going to, it's like a movie shot that's gonna happen. So it's a lot of fun and so entertaining watching him perform.
And did you have any sequences with Vijay Sethupathi?
No. I wish I had.
You've watched his films before?
I have. I really like him. In fact, I think he's one actor in the Tamil industry who's experimenting so much with roles as well. You know, there are so many people who get lost in this rut of I will only do mass, hero, slow motion roles, which is fine. Nothing against them. You know, people can do whatever they want to do. But I personally love how Vijay Sethupathi sir experiments with different roles, different kinds of characters, different kinds of get-ups. And I really like actors who go all out with any role that they take up, no? So I really like him, and I really want to work with him.
Did you have a conversation? Like, did you meet him on the set?
The first time I met him was during the Petta audio launch.
Okay.
That happened. That was the first time I saw him, and I was blown away by the response. So the audio launch was happening in this huge this auditorium where there were so many people, and the moment Vijay Sethupathi sir walked in, like the crowd went mad, you know. And I knew he's a superstar, but I think it was the first time I got an experience of how much people love him. But I had a conversation with him that day. He told me he saw the film and he really liked my performance, and that meant a lot to me. You know, it was really nice hearing that from him.
And there are two films. One is from Talaivar, one is from Thala. So how do you rate this?
Well, it never makes sense to me why two films are pitted against each other. I'm a big fan of Ajith sir as well, and I want to watch both movies, you know. I want to watch Petta, in which I'm a part of, and I really want to.
That's my next question.
I really want to watch Viswasam as well, and I don't understand why it's a clash, you know. In fact, it shouldn't be Petta versus Viswasam. I really believe it should be Petta and Viswasam. And as an audience, it only takes 2 to 3 hours maximum to watch one movie. So if you're watching Petta, then watch Viswasam. Or if you're watching Viswasam,
so which will be the first movie you watch?
First, of course, Petta, because I am a part of Petta. So I'm biased about the film, but good luck to both the movies. Good luck to the other film as well. So much of hard work is put into every movie. That every film, you know, every film should be successful. And I hope Viswasam does really well as well.
How did they approach you, and how did you feel while you got approached for a Talaivar film?
So it was my big dream in life to get a picture clicked with Talaivar. As an actor, of course, doing a film with Rajini sir is also a bucket list item, but it seems like a very impossible thought. How will they find me? How will I be a part of a Rajinikanth film? Especially when I hadn't even done anything in Tamil, you know. And so Karthik sir had seen my Hindi film Beyond the Clouds. He had seen the trailer, And he really liked me in the trailer itself. I don't believe he's seen the film yet, but he really liked me in the trailer, and they were looking for a very it's a very important role. It's a very strong role. You'll know when you see the film, but it's like a performance. There are some really strong performing bits. So he wanted a strong actor to play it. That's what he told me. I'm not beating my own drums. This is what he told me. So that's how I came on board for the project.
So we heard you hired a Tamil tutor to learn the language and all. Can you tell us about that?
I did. So most of my dialogue, so because it's like we all know, it's an ensemble cast, right? It's not just one hero, heroine, or it's not like that. Like, of course, Rajni sir is the all in all, but apart from that, there are so many other actors, so many other stars. So when you're performing with them, you can't be the one goofing up the dialogues, So I was very conscious. I was like, if we are like 5 people performing, and if we have to retake the shot because I don't remember the dialogue, then I will be very embarrassed, So I hired a tutor. I learned all my dialogues beforehand, so that when I'm on set, I can focus on the emotion, because on set, if you're learning the dialogues, it shows on the face that you're trying to remember the line. Sollungada. Like it becomes like that, there's the next one. But if it's by heart, then you just focus on the emotion, you focus on the timing, and you just get into the zone of the character.
So is there any dialogue which you can tell, not specifically from the movie, or something you did for practice or something like that in Tamil?
What is that dialogue from the trailer, Rajni sir's? Pakatana pora.
இந்த காலியோட ஆட்டத்தை.
Kaliyoda Atata. That dialogue I really like, but nobody can say the way Rajni sir says it.
Yeah,
so
definitely. And what was your father's reaction when you told you're doing Petta? Because he's in the cinema, he knows everything in and out, and he must have reacted in a way, right? What is his reaction?
My family was very kicked about it. They were very, very excited, and my mom also came on. Like, she came with me for the shoot, and she wanted to see Thalaivar dance. I really wanted Amma to see it. And it was very crowded because it was a small, cramped set. So I told her, I was like, no, come, and I called her and I made her stand there. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's Thalaivar,
it's an energy, right?
It's an energy, and also everyone is attracted to a different part of him. As in, there are some people who really likes, for instance, the way he does those cigarette scenes. Some people really like the way he does that style. Then there are people who like the whole sunglass thing. Then there are people who like his whole dancing style, So everyone is everyone has one favorite mannerism of Rajni sir. So that is, that craze is just something else, right? The craze that he has.
And apart from cinema, we know that you're very much into fashion. So we have a few questions, like we'll give you a few actors. You tell what kind of dress would suit them.
Okay. This segment came so unexpected. That is when we
get the true answers, right? Okay?
Yeah.
So, for Nayanthara ma'am.
I love her in saris.
Saris.
I love the whole Mallipu. What do you guys call it?
Mallipu.
Mallipu in the hair and sari and kanmashi and all of that. I think she looks beautiful like that.
Okay. And Trisha,
I think she looks good in everything, yeah. Like, of course, even Nayanthara, of course, even she does. But I loved her as Janu. As Janu, and I think that look, that simple, beautiful look, where it's not about the clothes, it's just her face, her eyes. I think that she looked beautiful as Janu.
Kirti Suresh.
Kirti, I think, looks the best in Indian wear. I think that really suits her. She looks really pretty. Like in Mahanati, for instance, that whole get-up, that whole old Purana heroine, the whole winged eyeliner and the puttu and all of that. I think that get-up looks stunning on her.
That's nice. And being a fashion person, what kind of costumes do you think actresses will look rocking in?
I personally, like, my heart is, I like all clothes, modern clothes too, but my heart belongs to traditional wear. And I really like how, earlier back in the day when actresses used to wear these beautiful saris with those, like proper kanmashi and, like that look is something, like sometimes I wish I was an actress from that era just so that I could dress up like that all the time and not wear Western clothes. But I think Indian women look the most graceful in a sari. They look the most graceful in a sari, putte, flowers or jhumkas, or I think you can't go wrong with that look.
And this is a very interesting question. A person you'd like to go out on a date from the Tamil industry, someone whom you'd like to go out with.
I'm really thinking Nayanthara. I have a big girl crush on her. I think she's superb and she's stunning, and I'm always awestruck by her. Boys, no, yeah. Nobody. There are people I admire, but nobody I would like to go out on a date with. Really, I swear.
Not even one?
No.
No. Being safe.
No, but really, there are people in. I don't know. No.
And starting from the basic level, what would you suggest for a selfie? Tips for a selfie, something like that.
I personally don't like selfies much.
Okay, so there'll be some manner in which you feel okay. This though okay.
There's one profile I like of my face. So the moment there's a selfie camera on, I go like this. I don't like this profile. I like this profile. So the moment there's a camera, I go like that.
That's right. And you have to give winner skincare tips for the audience.
I think I use a lot of coconut oil in my beauty regime as well. Food, of course, we consume a lot of coconut oil. I believe that wherever you come from, the staples of that place works best. So being South Indians, things like coconut oil or eating coconut in our diet or rice, all of these things are good for our body because our genetics are used to the staples geographically, because our ancestors have been consuming that. So I stick to even food wise, I stick to rice, fish curry, avial, sambar, whatever Amma makes at home. And even beauty care wise, I use a lot of, like I said, coconut oil for hair, for skin. I think it really, if you put coconut oil on your face and if you massage it every day for 10 minutes before showering or whatever, I don't do it every day, but whenever I do it, you get a glow immediately after that, and I use a lot of Ayurvedic oils which are produced in Kerala, like Arya Vaideshala or whatever, for my hair, which is why I think my hair is still good.
Yeah, it does look really good. Yeah.
I think stick to the basics, stick to a lot of natural home remedies for skin problems, for beauty regimes. That's so much better than just manufactured stuff.
Well, that's quite a unique answer from an actress.
Is it?
So, yeah.